of the top independent players in the country. Nice hesitation move. And I'll tell you what, he took the ball to the basket hard right here. Notice nobody around the basket. Johnson doesn't have quick enough feet to stay with him. CJ does a very, very good job. You know, there are only about 6 or 7 independent schools in the country. So a lot of these teams are trying to get into conferences like North Carolina Central. As you mentioned, Frank, they'll be in the MEAC next year with Morgan State and North Carolina A&T and Howard and those groups. So it's very, very difficult to have a schedule when you're an independent team. And this year you can look at the schedule of North Carolina Central, and they will have teams that are not Division I teams on there, and then a lot of MEAC teams, but they're not playing a full MEAC schedule this year.
Coming up on the halfway point of half number 1, C.J. Wilkerson. Nice job defensively by Julian Gamble. And again, illegal screen on Nick Chaston, and that's his 3rd foul of the first half. Miami will walk to the other end and shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of interior players, and 3 fouls. That was a gamble on the part of Lavelle Moten to leave him in with 2 fouls. There is another player on their roster named Tracy O'Neal who is injured right now, who's 6'8", 230, 235. He would be a guy who would be playing for them. So now they are very thin on the front line. Miami can go to the boards hard on this group.
Jonathan Nicely, number 20, in to replace Chaston. There's Clement with a near steal. It'll stay with the Hurricanes.
Eagles very alert out of the zone. They're not just laying back. They're trying to jump in passing lanes. When you put the ball on the floor, they try to jump into the next possible pass. Lavelle Moten doing a very, very good job with this group.
4 turnovers through the first half of the first half. Adrian Thomas back in, Donovan Kirk out for the Hurricanes. Miami has the starting backcourt of Grant and Scott in the game, along with DeQuan Jones, Julian Gamble, and Adrian Thomas.
Well, you can tell that Kirk is a little bit of a novice player. You know, he's made some wild plays so far in this game.
Holding foul on the inbounds pass, and that nearly was turnover number 5.
I look at Scott right here, number 1. He has gotten bigger. Look at his long arms right here on this play. He's held by around the waist, so he'll get the call. But Scott has put on about 15 pounds since last year when he was one of the top rookies in the ACC. I've always liked him as a player. I think he's clever. I would like to see him improve his three-point shooting prowess. Last year only shot about 27% from deep. He's more of a take-it-to-the-basket and passing type player. But with Dwayne Collins gone now, Frank, the middle's not so quite clogged up as it was. They went to him an awful lot. I think Scott's going to shine this year.
First 2 points of the night for Duran Scott, sophomore out of Rice High School in New York City. The Hurricanes have a 9-point lead. This is Emmanuel Chapman working the point now, as Justin Lemo has 2 fouls. C.J. Wilkerson against DeQuan Jones. Wilkerson on the penetration, count it, and 1. Adrian Thomas picks up the foul.
The spread offense is working right now for North Carolina Central. They are small, so what do? You spread it out, set some screens, don't leave anybody in the paint, and let your best players take it to the basket. And Wilkerson is their best player. Nice use of the glass on that one.
Wilkerson does not complete the 3-point play, so he remains at 7 points. And Miami up 25-18 as Julian Gamble hauled down the defensive rebound.
Man-to-man defense right here for North Carolina Central. They're doing a good job of changing up their defenses.
Nearly a backcourt violation, but Scott managed to save it. Julian Gamble. Now Scott, played by Chapman. Scott on a penetration, traveling call, no basket. 5th turnover against Miami. Miami had their problems with turnovers against a very young and quick Memphis team on Monday night who extended their defense. And talking to Lavelle Moten today, Bob, he said he wanted to change his defenses frequently to try and throw Miami off. There's Wilkerson for a 3, and he hits. Double figures already for C.J. Wilkerson. He has 10. He scored the last 7 in a row for North Carolina Central.
They are doing a good job of taking the post people out of the game. They're clearing the basket area for drives. Nobody is there to help for Miami.
Adrian Thomas tries to answer, cannot. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to the Eagles.
Well, two things are going wrong right now for Miami at the offensive end. They're taking ill-advised shots. They're not taking advantage of their height inside. And, of course, they are a little sloppy with the basketball right now. Frank is putting in different players trying to find the right combination, but they do not look smooth on offense right now.
Ryan Brown back in the game for the Hurricanes.
Well, he was their best offensive player for a long time, and here he does a good job on the D.
That's a backcourt violation. Over and back against Emmanuel Chapman. 4th turnover against the North Carolina Central Eagles. We'll take a timeout. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half. C.J. Wilkerson with 10 points, keeping North Carolina Central in it against the Miami Hurricanes. Miami by 4.
The path to financial freedom needs to be clearer. You want to be confident in your choices every step of the way. At BB&T, we've spent more than 135 years sharing our knowledge, helping clients manage their day-to-day finances and reach their long-term financial goals. When you're better informed, you head in a brighter financial direction. Talk to us today about where your money can take you and know how it feels to know more. BB&T, official bank of the ACC.
Preparing for the holidays takes time and money. Holiday grocery shopping at Food Lion saves both. We offer more ways to save with thousands of MVP specials, exclusive coupons, low-priced Food Lion brands, and more. One stop saves time, more ways to save saves money. We all need more time and money during the holidays. And cookies. You can never have too many cookies. Happy holidays from all of us at Food Lion.
To everyone who received the beautifully designed Buick LaCrosse during our holiday event, enjoy. To everyone who didn't, well, there's still time. During the Buick holiday event, sign and drive a Buick LaCrosse CXL for $394 per month with nothing due at signing. It's our best offer of the year.
It's Weekend Doorbusters at Joseph A. Bank. Signature suits, regularly $7.95, an incredible $1.99. All signature sport coats, $1.99. Every traveler cashmere sweater, $99. And all executive dress shirts, $24. Saturday and Sunday only at Joseph A. Bank.
Get your teams on your schedule. The all-new FoxSportsFlorida.com.
Welcome back to Coral Gables with Miami leading North Carolina Central 25-21. Miami had a 25-16 lead, but North Carolina Central's cut into it, Bob.
And the reason they're dancing right here is they're happy. But the reason that North Carolina Central is happy is they are shooting 69% if you take away the first 0 for 4 that they did right at the beginning of the game. So they have been unbelievably efficient with their offense, and they're doing it because they're smaller. Post players are not involved at all. They're spreading the floor at the offensive end and taking people off the dribble.
Hurricanes have the basketball as we return to play with 7:56 left to go in the first half. Durant Scott, Garius Adams. Eagles stay in that 2-3 zone, which have been in most of the night. Now they try to get it inside to Gamble, who's double teamed but spins to the rack and lays it in.
When you extend a zone defense like North Carolina Central is doing, you don't shoot threes. You penetrate either with the pass or with the dribble. And after the timeout, Frank Haith realizes that, gets his team to do it.
Loose ball on the floor, out of bounds, belongs to Miami, as Jonathan Nicely could not get a handle on it. 5th turnover on North Carolina Central. Michael Glasker, number 1, checks back in for North Carolina Central.
Extended 2-3 zone. Keep your eyes on the guys from North Carolina Central. See how far they come out. That leaves availability to pass the ball or dribble the ball to the paint, like that. Inside, outside, that's what you want.
Ryan Brown couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by the Hurricanes' Julian Gamble. Brown leads Miami with 9 points. C.J. Wilkerson with 10 for the Eagles. Wilkerson coming off a 16-point effort against the Sooners in Norman on Monday night.
Yeah, he's a very good player. Physical two-guard.
Clements out of the corner, can't hit. Darius Adams runs it down for the Canes. Ryan Brown pulls up to Gamble. Adams will back it out. Duran Scott. Skip pass for Brown. Scott again. He'll fire from three. Julian Gamble knocked it out of bounds. No, they say off North Carolina Central. Lavelle Moten wanted to call the other way. Canes up by 6. Reggie Johnson, Malcolm Grant back in, replacing Adams and Gamble in the Miami lineup.
One of the negatives of frequent substitutions is that you throw your offense off. You don't get to play as smoothly as you normally would with just a 6 or a 7-man rotation. And I think that's affecting Miami right now. Guys are coming in and out every time a whistle blows. And as a result, the offense does not look smooth.
Donovan Kirk tried to dump it down to Reggie Johnson, and it missed connections. 6th turnover for the Canes. Miami's missed their last 4 from outside the arc, Bob.
Yeah, they're missing shots and they're not handling the ball well. Their offense is clearly out of sync. When that happens, what do? You get more aggressive on defense if your offense isn't working.
Wilkerson on a drive off the glass. No. Rebound. Man's battling with Johnson, and Reggie won that battle.
That's a big-time rebound right there. Both of those guys are big and wide.
Durant Scott with the pull-up won't go. Gets his own rebound and is fouled, and he'll go to the line.
I like the reaction from Scott right here. They're struggling on offense. He knows that he's one of the best players on the team, trying to keep some responsibility, and he penetrates into the paint to try to make a play, gets to the free throw line. Now, he only shot 67% from the free throw line last year. And if you're as good a player as he is, and he's going to have the ball in his hands an awful lot, that needs to get over 70 and preferably over 75.
Through 2 games this year at 81%, 2 for 3 tonight. He does not have a field goal. Duran's only attempted 1 field goal in the game so far this evening. Adrian Thomas back in, replacing Donovan Kirk for Miami as Scott hits the 2nd free throw. All 3 of his points at the line tonight. Miami up 7. Michael Glasker working the offense. Wilkerson around a man screen, and he did not get set.
That's the 3rd time a illegal screen on the perimeter has been set by North Carolina Central. You've got to be in one spot when you screen, and what they're doing is as the defender comes to them, they're sliding their hip or they're moving their shoulder out into the path, and that's why they're getting a call.
Durant Scott trying to feed the low post, and a holding foul on Dijon Mans. And Reggie Johnson will step to the free throw line.
Well, foul trouble for the interior players are mounting quickly for the Eagles. 3 right here on Mans, who's their most physical player.
And as you mentioned, Reggie Johnson, nice looking stroke at the free throw line.
Yeah, really, really nice. I like his hands. The fact that he's lost a lot of weight should give him confidence. He's in and out, so that does tell you that he probably has to increase his stamina level.
3 of 4 from the line. 5 points tonight for Reggie, and it's a 9-point lead for the Canes. Glasker on the penetration, off to nicely, had it blocked by Reggie Johnson.
And that was nicely.
There's Duran in the front court. Ryan Brown feeds Adrian Thomas, loads up the corner triple, no. Clements saves it inbounds, and North Carolina Central the other way. Wilkerson around a Glasker screen, and Reggie Johnson hauls in another rebound for Miami.
Nice block out by Adrian Thomas on that.
7 rebounds for Reggie Johnson. Grant's 3 won't go. Ryan Brown misses. Reggie Johnson underneath, lays it in, count it, and he draws a foul.
Strength Right place at the right time, a knack for rebounding. Reggie Johnson, watch him on the weak side right here. Keeps his hands up, gathers himself, finds a place to get it to the hole. Now Miami was last place in the ACC last year, but they left the season with a good taste in their mouth because they played well in the ACC tournament, won 3 games, got to the semifinals. So that was a great thing for them for the summertime to get them in positive framework.
And almost beat Duke in the semis to get to the finals.
Indeed.
Biggest lead of the night for Miami. They're up 12.
The defense at this end has improved.
There's Blasker. Finds Wilkerson. Played by Darius Adams. Best with a little baby hook that goes. David Best, nice work in the post. 10-point lead for the Canes as we approach 4 minutes to go in the first half. Ryan Brown, the runner, won't go, but he'll draw a foul, and the freshman from Hinesville, Georgia, will go to the line for 2.
Well, he's got great genetic makeup. His dad, Tico Brown, was a terrific player at Georgia Tech. You can tell he has good basketball IQ. He's got great form on his shooting. He is looking to score. Look at that form. That is perfect. Frank Haith loves this guy, and he's going to be a terrific player at Miami. Watch his form now on his free throw, how he follows through, and the rotation of the ball is perfect. Takes that deep breath to calm himself. Perfect. That's what you want out of a good free throw shooter.
Ryan Brown had only 3 points through the first 2 games. He's got 11 tonight to lead the Hurricanes. He's back to a 12-point margin. David Best way outside, gives it up to Nicely. Wilkerson down low, over Brown, off the glass.
I don't think Reggie Johnson should follow Best to the top of the key. Best is not going to shoot the ball from there, and that's why they got that little cut on the interior. Reggie should plant himself in the orange and wait for guys to come in there and attack him when they do.
Adrian Thomas, Darius Adams now in the corner, feeds Reggie Johnson. Back out to Malcolm Grant. Penetrate, jump stop, won't go. Nicely with the rebound. Blasker the other way for the Eagles. Finds Wilkerson, lock and load with a 3 on target.
Man, are you kidding me? What a great shot. I talked to Ray Martin, the assistant coach, who played at Notre Dame and was an assistant to Valvano at North Carolina State. And he told me that as Wilkerson goes, that's how the Eagles will go this year. And he's going pretty nicely right now.
15 points for C.J. Wilkerson here in the first half. Reggie Johnson wheels into the paint. Kicks it out, Darius Adams, triple, won't go. There's Big Reggie with the rebound. Adrian Thomas for 3. Reggie Johnson again with a rebound. Malcolm Grant will try from outside the arc, and this time he hits. Reggie just keeps feeding the shooters. It was like a drill.
All the credit goes to number 42 on that one. You know, you can tell where the ball is going to go statistically. From one side of the court to the other side of the court, and he always gets to the area where it's most likely the rebound will be.
And Big Reggie has 10 rebounds here in the first half. Coming off a double-double Monday against Memphis. Clement, tough shot with Malcolm Grant in his grill, and Clement is now up to 8 points, his second triple of the night.
The three-point shot, the great equalizer in college basketball. Teams that use it judiciously can make upsets happen.
Malcolm Grant penetrates, finds Adrian Thomas for 3, and good. Adrian Thomas, the graduate student's second triple of the night. So back and forth we go from beyond the arc, Bob.
I'll tell you, it's fun when you see these kinds of shots. Now, threes, they're all different kind of threes, right? Reggie's, those were threes on the pass from the inside to the outside. We saw C.J. Wilkerson hit one on the break. We saw another guy, Clement, come off a screen. So there's all different kinds of three-point shots in a game.
Darius Adams nearly had a steal. Clement rescues it. Up to Best. This pass intercepted. Malcolm Grant, nicely played.
Anticipation, the best thing that you can be in defense.
Grant into the lane, had it blocked by Best. Clement the other way. Eagles have numbers. Into the corner, Glasgow for three. And he runs down his own rebound, but lost the handle. And timeout called by Frank Hayes. 10 rebounds so far tonight for Reggie Johnson, Bob, as he's dominating the glass.
He is in the right place at the right time. He's responsible for that three. Reggie Johnson keeping it alive for Miami. And they've got a 10-point lead despite the good play of North Carolina Central.
I think it was 3 offensive rebounds on that one possession.
Indeed it was. And of course, you know, when you get that kind of action, you're going to get taken care of.
Here's the answer to our Toyota trivia question. Who's the only player to lead the NCAA, the ABA, and the NBA in scoring? And I think his banner is up there. Yes, I had the answer. The great Rick Barry. You knew that, right?
Absolutely. The underhand free throw shooter as well.
There you see at the University of Miami, averaged 37.4 a game in 1965. A 12-time All-Star between the NBA and the ABA.
And as I mentioned earlier, for North Carolina Central University, Sam Jones was a 5-time All-Star and a 10-time NBA champion. Those guys played against each other some, I'm guessing, in the NBA.
Rick Barry was
6'8", 6'9", all-around player. I think he led the ABA when he was with the New Jersey Nets.
I think you're right on that. There's Reggie Johnson. Low post, little baby hook goes, and Reggie's got a double-double in the first half.
Reggie's tired of rebounding. He's saying, I need to get some shots here. Nice jump hook.
Back-to-back double-doubles, first 2 of his career for Reggie Johnson. 12 and 12 Monday against Memphis. The Eagles can hold for the last shot here in the first half as they trail by 12.
And they get the ball to start the second half as well.
Lasker penetrates. He was fouled. Only the 16th foul on Miami. We'll take a quick timeout with 4.6 left to go in the first half. Canes up by a dozen.
You want amazing? You need NBA League Pass. Amazing can happen any night. So you better watch.
NBA League Pass delivers the most NBA with more ways to follow your favorites.
Watch your favorite team, your favorite players, wherever you are.
NBA League Pass offers 3 ways to watch on your TV, computer, or phone.
If you love basketball, you need NBA League Pass. Now that's amazing.
To order NBA League Pass, log on to NBA.com/League Pass or call your local cable, satellite, or telco provider today.
Sun Sports is your home for the Seminoles.
And the route is on!
Catch all the action of Noles football right here with Paul Kennedy and Keith Jones. Primetime Noles, Sunday nights on Sun Sports.
It's a talented group. I think this is the most talented NBA team that I've ever been on. I get an opportunity to play with guys passionate and enjoy the game of basketball.
It's about winning, and can't get enough of it.
Football fans, it's time to get your game on. Get to your neighborhood Publix for a chance to win an Orange Bowl Festival experience, including tickets to this year's Discover Orange Bowl and Bud Light Game Day Fan Zone. One grand prize winner will receive National Championship Package for 2 with game tickets, airfare, and hotel, and tickets to the 2011 Discover Orange Bowl. Register at your neighborhood Publix. While you're there, pick up tailgate supplies from Bud Light, Coca-Cola, Kind Snacks, Active Water, Ken's Food, Frito-Lay, and Nature's Own. Be a part of Orange Bowl history. Get to Publix and register today.
Under 5 seconds to go in the first half as you look at Reggie Johnson with a double-double already and Adrian Thomas. And Bob, one of the things that Reggie has done here at the University of Miami, one of his advisors told him to take a dance class. And so he's done that. He said they do a lot of stretching. He feels it's improved his agility along with the lost weight. And he said, you know, I really feel like I move around better as a result.
Yeah, I tell you, a lot of guys take yoga also, and that's a great thing because clearly he has improved since last season.
Loose ball off the inbounds pass. Clement will have to fire it up on the run. Count it if it goes. It doesn't. And that'll end the first half with the Hurricanes up 43-31. Bob, a lot of three-pointers in this first half, and Miami dominating on the offensive boards.
Yes, and the rebounding was very, very important, especially in the case of Reggie Johnson, because he out-rebounded the entire North Carolina Central team in the first half.
LaVelle Moton's team with their three-point shooting is hung in there, but the young Miami Hurricanes lead it by 12 at the half. Coming up, our halftime feature on Adrian Thomas. That's next here on Fox Sports Florida.
Toyotathon is back. With over 30 years of great deals, everyone's going. You'll never know who you'll see.
Mark.
Amanda?
Chuck?
Heather?
Eric Estrada. What are you doing here?
I'm here to buy a car.
Me too.
Our biggest event of the year won't last long. Hurry in today. Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2011 Toyota Camry and make no payments for 3 months. Plus, get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance. Toyota.
It's my night to score the game-winning goal. On my night, no one gets past me.
It's my night to scream as loud as I can, to be the biggest fan.
It's our night to have fun, to make it all happen and take it all in.
It's never been more affordable to turn any Panthers game into your night. Right now, single game tickets start at just $10 with free parking. But to get the best seats and the best ticket prices.
Excellence. Qualities that lead ACC student athletes to success. And a place amongst the nation's best in athletic competition and academic achievement. The official corporate partners of the Atlantic Coast Conference salute these young men and women as they carry on this proud tradition. The official app of the ACC is now available. You're a download away from having the Atlantic Coast Conference at your fingertips.
Oh, nice play to the steal. They got numbers.
Live scores and stats, exclusive videos, live streaming, schedules, standings, news, and more.
He's running through the secondary. Touchdown!
Download it now for your iPhone and iPod Touch.
Sometimes the other Danas, they just don't accept me. I come up with great ideas, like know your batting stance. That was perfect. All right, I got an easy one for you guys since you can't get any of these.
Preston Wilson.
Focus on this part right here.
Darren Erstad.
I'm getting a little tired. You're getting tired?
Yeah.
How do you think Enos Cabell feels that you don't know his batting stance? Is it my fault these guys don't know baseball?
The World Poker Tour presents ClubWPT.com. Join now and take your seat at the Internet's most exclusive poker club, where each month members compete for over $100,000 in cash. Plus, win a chance to play for $1 million. It's the world's premier legal online poker site for only $19.95 a month. Sign up now at ClubWPT.com.
College Hoops on Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by Food Lion, good neighbors, great prices. And by BB&T, official bank of the ACC. In Coral Gables, Miami leads it by 12 over North Carolina Central at halftime as Miami is dominated on the boards. Back with second half action right after this.
Preparing for the holidays takes time and money. Holiday grocery shopping at Food Lion saves both. We offer more ways to save with thousands of MVP specials, exclusive coupons, low-priced Food Lion brands, and more. One stop saves time, more ways to save saves money. We all need more time and money during the holidays. And cookies. You can never have too many cookies. Happy holidays from all of us at Food Lion.
The official app of the ACC is now available. You're a download away from having the Atlantic Coast Conference at your fingertips.
Oh, nice play to the steal. They got numbers.
Live scores and stats, exclusive videos, live streaming, schedules, standings, news, and more.
He's running through the secondary. Touchdown!
Download it now for your iPhone.